what we do is that we understand what you like, and with our own travel experience, once we have a happy client coming back, we know that he or she is going to come back again and again and again.
Makes sense.
So don't do your bookings in bits and pieces.
Okay.
That one from here, one from there. We're looking at having local people take our clients around across their countries.
Hello everyone. Planning for holidays can be a bit challenging since we have limited time to spend and lots of things to see. Today we have Purvi Jhaveri with us, a founder of Ways to Wander, which is helping people to design their holidays, tailor them according to their preferences and provide an immersive experience. Purvi, after spending 17 years in various MNCs, started her own venture in experiential travel. She will be sharing her Eureka Moment and her journey with us. So let's welcome Purvi Jhaveri. So Purvi, we would like to know more about you. So can you just give an introduction about yourself?
So Ways to Wander is a dream that I have been dreaming of for many years. After my education, I got into the stream of human resources and delivered, into various organizations, about 3 of them typically, with long tenures and most of them, for about 18 years, 17 to 18 years. And somewhere this thought of starting something on my own in the space of travel, kept, hitting my head all the time. And there came a situation where I was compelled to take a sabbatical for personal reasons for about 3 months. Okay, so instead of taking the 3 month sabbatical and going on leave for 3 months, I decided to stretch it for a year. And instead of taking time off to be at home, and my husband insisted that I should start something on my own and get back into the stream of revenue generation again. So this was what, and I was anyways seeing a big gap in the travel market, where you could go to a desk agent who obviously would not have traveled, and was typically selling products where you were traveling across 15 countries in 15 days.
Of course, that's correct.
So that was a big gap, and I thought that there is not the way one should travel, especially having traveled so much myself. I thought that let me start something, or let me give people an experience, which is beyond the usual experience where you are usually going around in a car, stopping at places to click pictures and then moving ahead to the next destination. So that's where this entire idea of immersive experience and came into play, and I started Ways to Wander.
So we have divided this interview into 4 rounds. So the first round is the pitch deck round. So your first question is, what are the services you provide in Ways to Wander?
So Ways to Wander primarily provides services. And thanks for saying services, because we currently do not do any products. Our portfolio revolves around holiday planning, for people all across the world, especially India, Europe, and across. So Europe being our favorite destination. India again happens to be our favorite, and we love doing holidays in the hills and the beaches as well. And the subcontinent, the southern subcontinent, which is Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. So that is what we exactly do, that we plan holidays for people across the world.
Okay. Who is your target market?
We've had an audience who has traveled up to 85 years old as well. And we've had kids who are like 1 year old as well. So if you see from an audience perspective, this is the range that we can service to, or we have service to. However, from a market perspective, I would believe that we would like to stay in the mid to luxury range market. So that we know that the quality of services that we are delivering, are in line with are in line with the quality, are in line with the baseline that we want to offer to the clients is in place.
Yeah.
We don't want to go below that. Primarily because there the service levels then go down. It
Yeah.
could
Yes,
be even your
exactly.
hotel, it could be a partner, you will stay, everything then goes down. So we want to typically stay in a mid to high range market.
Yeah. So, what is the process when a customer approaches you?
So we have a questionnaire.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
initially when the client calls up, I do a 5-minute, call, which is more of a understanding the sense of the call or his or her intent as to
Yes.
what do they expect from us. Okay, once the discussion translates into a further dialogue,
Yes.
okay, we have a questionnaire. So we ask the client various questions in terms of what are the destinations they visited, do they like the hills, do they like beaches, do they like cities, so a combination of all of this. So I'm trying to understand because we promote slow paced travel, right? And if somebody wants to do 2 days in a particular city, hop across, then it is slightly different in terms of our thought process, right? But still he's come to me as a client, so I need to understand him or her as to how they want to do the entire. So then we go through the questionnaire,
Yeah.
and then we recommend them as to what they should ideally do,
Yes.
or what is our recommendation with regards or respect to their holiday.
Yeah.
So what is the unique proposition that you are providing in comparison to your competitors?
The core thought
Yeah.
with which I started Ways to Wander was primarily to give a more immersive, experiential travel experience to people who are traveling across the world, right? So our core is into spending time across places that you would typically like. Right. So, for example, if you like World War II history, then I could give you enough, meat to look at places which cover these.
Yeah.
If you like natural beauty and trekking, I could give you places where you could actually go trekking.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the unique proposition that we don't sell you something which is off the shelf.
Yeah.
Of course.
What we do is that we understand what you like.
Yeah.
And with our own travel experience, with what is available across, so we do our own recce to these places and bring back a lot of those experiences
Yes.
to typically offer it to the prospect.
Yeah. So, coming back to your travel experience and all, so do you think India has that potential to be the top destination for travel in the world?
Of course, that's why I left my day job to actually start something by 2020. Okay, India's outbound market should typically reach about 50 million passengers. We're already about 30 this year.
30, yeah.
Yeah.
Until 2018. So if this is the growth, and I realize that today's fast-paced, life, which all of us are leading. Okay, the value of expertise, B, the value of personalization is again
Yes.
coming back. But still, whatever we offer as personalization is something that is valued by our clients, and they're coming back. And in fact, sometimes I do my recce trips primarily to see what is the next year's destination that I'm going to offer somebody.
Yeah.
So yes, there is indeed a lot of potential. Yeah.
In India. So, what are the different safety parameters you take to make the travel safer for your customers?
Sure. So the first thing that we recommend the traveler to make sure that they find sufficient travel insurance when they travel, so that they are sufficiently covered for any exigencies that could arise out of certain circumstances or situations there. And in addition to that, weather-wise, if whatever time that they're traveling, we tell them to take the right kind of clothing, and plus our local partners us are reachable when the clients are on their travel. Our team, we are reachable for operational support continuously. So if there is anything that they come across, then we are there to support them.
What is your revenue model and how do you charge your customers?
So coming to a revenue model, we typically, the service offerings that we have okay, are usually packaged into land services and excursions, hotels, all put together. So we try to put all of them together, okay, and get the best optimized deal out of our suppliers to be able to pass the right benefits.
Yeah.
Okay, so that the client gets a good deal out of it.
Yeah.
Additionally, other peripheral services like air ticket, insurance, and all are at cost with a very minimal service fee. Once we have a happy client coming back, we know that he or she is going to come back again
Yes.
and again and again.
Makes sense.
So our revenue model is to increase our top line so that the bottom line gets positively impacted, though at a fairly low margin.
So we have come to the end of the first round, and we will start with the next round, which is Un, Dos, Tres.
What are 3 exotic destinations you will recommend?
So 3 is a very small number for me.
Okay.
And I wouldn't say exotic because the world is so big.
Yes.
Yeah. But from an experience perspective, I would say that you should experience the following. Some of this most of this I have already experienced, and I feel that So the last one was we had sailed on the Adriatic Sea and the Ionian Sea, once in Slovenia and once in Italy. That is something that is an amazing sailing experience. Is an amazing experience. Seeing the aurora borealis in either in Norway or in Iceland is amazing. I recently did a trip to Scotland and the higher islands, upper islands, Orkney, Shetlands, and all of it. Amazing. And with that, Ireland and the entire wild Atlantic way was beautiful. So I'm going to encourage more people to travel to that side of the world for 2020 for sure. And Canadian Rockies,
Okay.
beautiful. So I mean, the list will not end, but let me just limit it to your numbers of 3.
So 3 funny incidences we have encountered while dealing with your customers.
Sure. So 1 is dealing with it, and B is on the trip experiences. So I'll just, whatever comes to my mind, I'll tell you. So we were taking a group of 120 people to Europe in some years ago, and some of them were first time travelers. So we were all checking out from the hotel, and before breakfast, since we checked out, we kept our bags at the cloakroom. And a few of them saw us doing that, and they also got their bags and left them at the cloakroom.
Yes.
And then after a couple of hours, we had already checked out. A couple of hours later, the hotel called us up and said that we have a few bags that have not been picked up as yet. And we asked them, they said, we thought that they were going to be picked up by somebody. So, typically following what everybody else does, and
just leave it
there. So that was one. Another experience that I have had is, clients traveling from one destination to another one on a flight, and there is a short haul in between. Then you usually miss the flights because they were so busy enjoying their food there, or there was a time zone change that happened and they didn't realize. So while these are things that they got to be careful of, okay, but calling me up and saying, we missed our flight because we were busy eating. So that is one. And another funny incident is actually not funny, but it happens in our day-to-day life. That they'll ask, where is Prague? Okay, is Prague in Germany? So this is the, then when they leave, we smile a little bit and get back to our work saying, okay, that's why they are here.
True, makes sense. Totally.
Not a problem, we like you. So we are fine with that.
That's good. Okay. So 3 advices you want to give to your travelers.
Plan well in advance and make sure that you are securing your bookings. Also, don't do your bookings in bits and pieces.
Okay.
That one from here, one from there.
Yeah.
Try to do it from one single point so that you are able to have a one point of contact for everything. And be aware, know what you are doing. Otherwise, once you reach there and decide what I'm going to do, you end up wasting a lot of time, thinking or planning as to what should I do now.
Yeah.
And the experience is very superficial then, because then you're just going around without really knowing what you're doing.
Yes,
So
yes.
make sure that these 3 steps are well planned.
Makes sense, yeah.
So 3 challenges that you have faced in your initiative.
So challenges are manifold, especially when you are a new entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It's just not challenge with a client or challenge with the booking, or it could be manifold.
Yes.
So the ones that I would possibly want to highlight here is the clients appreciating the value add that you're doing.
Yeah.
With so many players that are currently there, okay, online, offline, the pricing model, all of it put together, I would think that the value that we add, if we are able to get the appreciation, okay, in terms of the client coming back to us again, then yeah, that is something that we've overcome. But yeah, that typically remains a challenge. And then price sensitivity, obviously, we have to keep in mind. So that is typically the next challenge. And other than that, as I said, that every other stage is different and difficult, and how we
Yes.
overcome and optimize is what.
Yeah. So 3 things you will do to take your initiative to the next level.
So currently I'm working on building a strong team, or a team to basically strengthen our size, and also be able to respond on a timely manner, get the right kind of people on board.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I'm trying to work with a lot of local teams in different countries, okay, where we're trying to introduce the concept of meet the locals. So there is one concept that I'm really working on, where we're looking at having local people take our clients around across their countries, rather than clients just having to go everywhere on their own. This experience is something that we feel is unique, because they not only get them to the history, the geography, okay, the culture as well, and make them feel a part of that entire place or the holiday.
Yeah.
You feel a part of it. So that's something that we're building on.
So we have come to the end of our second round, and we are moving to our most important round, which is the Eureka Moment round. So let's start with it. So Purvi, can you share your Eureka Moment with us?
So it'll be a little more descriptive than I thought that it
That's
just
fine.
can't be, which is fine, right? So I have a career in the HR resource management stream, and I used to feel very happy, giving employment opportunities to people for the organizations that I worked with, and that was something that I felt very proud about, right? And I always thought that this is something that makes me happy, when I used to think as to what would make me happy, right? At that point in time, I did that in the role that I was in a particular organization. And my Eureka moment now is that I'm doing it as an entrepreneur for my own organization, and I'm giving employment opportunities to people in this space, especially in this space, which is something that I've always dreamt of. So my dream of working in the travel space or doing something in the travel space has actually been realized, along with me able to give opportunities to people, employment opportunities to people. So I'm very glad, and that's my Eureka moment. So with every turnover, every year when I see my company's turnover, I feel very glad, and I really feel happy that this is giving, as you rightfully said, opportunities to suppliers, to companies, to individual operators, to locals. Okay, and it makes me feel very glad.
Indeed, a very nice Eureka moment. So
thank you.
Now we'll move to the last round, and which is a very exciting round, which is the rapid fire round. So my first question to you: what is the most important goal in your life?
Travel extensively. That's always been my goal.
Choose between bungee jumping or scuba diving.
Bungee.
So again, a question related to travel. What will be your next family vacation?
My next family vacation would be a road trip around South and Central Germany.
So one thing you will never let go.
Whatever happens, I will continue traveling.
Next question is, what is your poison?
So until now it was planning my next holiday,
Yeah.
but for me it's every day because we are planning our clients' holidays, and every time we are we since we handcraft these itineraries on our own, so that's really poison.
So complete the sentence. I miss dash.
Prague, one city that I love so much.
Yeah. So we have come to the end of this interview. I would like to thank Purvi for coming here and sharing about her initiative and her knowledge to this on Eureka Moment. So if you have loved this video, please like,
Share.
And subscribe.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sanishwar, software professional and Microsoft MVP, C# Honor MVP and Code Project MVP. I will be coming to Eureka Moment.